There's one clear reason Zohran Mamdani just became the next mayor of New York City. It's not the slick ads, it's not the old rap videos, it's something much bigger. Let's get into it. The whole campaign, we were all waiting for the Mamdani bubble to pop. Every time we learn something new about this guy, I've expected voters to wake up and realise this might not be the guy they're hoping for. Whether it's the cringe rap videos, the bizarre policies, or even the inability to condemn chants that suggest violence against Jews is acceptable.
Do you condemn that phrase, globalize the Intifada?
That's not language that I use. The language that I use and the language that I will continue to use to lead this city is that which speaks clearly to my intent, which is an intent grounded in a belief in universal human rights.
And yet, in an election with a record turnout, he went from strength to strength, and now he's the next mayor. And the fact he has says something truly concerning about the moment America is finding itself in. Now, let's not underplay the threat he poses. His ideas like rent freezes and government-run grocery stores are economic poison. And the ideas like free buses are just based on a lie. Have you ever noticed how left-wing politicians, and sure, conservative ones too, when they start getting desperate for votes, love saying free when the idea is the government paying for something, as if the government itself isn't entirely funded by taxpayer dollars?
Make buses fast and free and deliver universal childcare. And before you ask, I'll pay for it by taxing the rich.
You're not just taxing the rich, you're taxing everybody. But anyway, the threat is so real that Trump took the unprecedented step of endorsing a Democrat candidate. Writing on Truth Social before the election, I would much rather see a Democrat who has a record of success win than a communist with no experience and a record of complete and total failure. And whether you personally like Andrew Cuomo or not, you really have no choice. You must vote for him and hope he does a fantastic job. He is capable of it, Mamdani is not. I guess we're all going to find out soon enough. And yet all of this did nothing to chip away at Mamdani's popularity. So here's why. A poll by NBC released this week showed that for the first time in 7 years of polling, less than 50% of registered voters have a positive view of capitalism. The number that view capitalism a central pillar of the American way of life and its history is 44%. So while 2/3 of Democrats still support capitalism, only 44% of independents and 25% of Democrats do. Here's another interesting stat from the same poll. Back in September 2024, 39% of Democrats viewed capitalism favorably compared to 34% negatively, a net positive of 5. Now it's a net negative of 20. 25% positively, 45% negatively, just in 1 year. This is shocking. Capitalism has been one of the greatest forces for good in human history. 1 billion people were lifted out of extreme poverty in just 20 years thanks to the spread of capitalism. Yet that message has been lost. People don't feel that capitalism works for them anymore, even as they live in the greatest time to be alive in human history. This is why Mamdani can get away with statements like this.
Do you like capitalism?
No, I have many critiques of capitalism. And I think ultimately the definition for me of why I call myself a democratic socialist is the words of Dr. King decades ago. He said, call it democracy or call it democratic socialism. There must be a better distribution of wealth for all of God's children in this country.
You would think that Mamdani supporters would have some understanding of history and know what leads to prosperity and what leads to chaos, but they can barely even recognize Wallace Shawn. When a Mamdani supporter was out canvassing, she said it was great to meet the actor who plays Dr. Sturgis in Young Sheldon. Young Sheldon, not Princess Bride. Inconceivable. So what Mamdani has been able to do is tap into an angry community. People that feel that America is not working for them and are looking for an outside-the-box solution because all the normal politicians they've been forced to listen to just aren't worth it anymore. And you know who that reminds me of?
Zohran Mamdani, 34-year-old Democratic socialist. He's the
communist, not socialist, communist. He's far worse than a socialist.
Some people have compared him to a left-wing version of you, charismatic, breaking the old rules. What do you think about that?
Well, I think I'm a much better looking person than him, right?
Far be it for me to weigh in on who's better looking, but it's easy to look at Mamdani's policies or his old rap videos and write him off as a joke. And it's also easy to just say New York is a Democrat heartland, so of course they're going to go for the crazy left-winger. But doing that would be a mistake, and the exact same mistake people made when they doubted Donald Trump in 2016. Mamdani isn't an aberration. He is the pathway the left is on right now. And unless Americans can rediscover their love of capitalism and the other cornerstones of the American way of life it is built on, it won't be long until someone who shares Mamdani's viewpoints can get very close to sitting in the White House. And it's up to all of us with normal political views to stand up for what makes America great. That's it for me this week. Remember to like and subscribe to Sky News Australia if you haven't already, so you don't miss a video from myself and all of the great contributors we have on this network.